Welcome to Expo TV's Press Pass.
Whether you're looking to save the world or just save a little cash, fuel economy is an important issue in the world today for all of us. Now, all of the automobiles you're about to see utilize some form of alternative power or fuel with an eye on conservation and the future. So I'm with Barry Carr of Honda, and everybody's talking about hybrids, getting away from gasoline, alternative fuels, and Honda's right at the forefront of that with this model right here. Now tell us how this works.
The Civic GX, zero gasoline use. You can't put gasoline in it even if you wanted to.
Well, how does it run?
Okay, it runs on compressed natural gas. There are public natural gas stations.
You can go to a natural gas station.
Go to a natural gas station, or if you have natural gas at your home for heating or cooking,
right.
We've introduced Phil.
Phil
is a fueling appliance. So just like putting in a gas hot water heater or a gas dryer or a gas fireplace, if you have natural gas at your house, you can install Phil,
right.
And you can fuel your car at home overnight. You hook it up,
overnight.
Push the start button. When your car is full, it will shut off.
How quickly can this do your cheeseburgers?
This doesn't do your cheeseburgers, but it does have. We do have the gas grill option in the front.
Well, I'm here with Steve from Mercedes, and what a beautiful car I'm sitting in right now. I mean, when I grow up, I want one of these. Okay.
Me too.
You think of Mercedes and you think of plushness and luxury, but this is actually an alternative fuel vehicle.
It is. A diesel car will always get between 20 and 30% better fuel mileage than a gasoline-powered car, no matter the condition. But unfortunately, diesels over the years have gotten the stigma of being loud and smelly and smoky and kind of like an old bus. But companies like Mercedes-Benz have advanced diesel technology so much that today's diesels are as quiet as gasoline engines. They make more horsepower and more torque, but you still get that 20 to 30% improvement in fuel economy. This is our new Blue Tech diesel. We've got something here that's called a special oxidization catalytic converter and some things called particulate filters. That the exhaust that comes out of this diesel is nothing like the old diesels that were black and smelly, but it will be as fast or faster than the E350 gasoline model.
Is that fast enough for you?
Not
I know you like speed.
I do like speed, but when you're getting 30 miles to the gallon, it's fast enough.
Yeah.
This is the new 2007 Chevrolet Tahoe. One of the great things about this vehicle is it has active fuel management, which means that as you're driving down the road at 50 miles an hour, it runs on 4 cylinders. But as soon as you need the passing power or you're pulling something, you simply touch the gas, it's instantaneous, you're back on 8 cylinders. The other thing is on our 4-wheel drives with the 5.3 liter engine, it's also 85 compatible, meaning that you can run flex fuel in it, ethanol, gasoline, 85% ethanol, 15% fuel. The beauty of ethanol is it's a renewable source. It can be taken from corn, it can be taken from sugar cane, and it takes our reliance on foreign oil down, and that's important.
Right behind me is the Toyota Prius, which really launched the world hybrid car. It's by far America's most popular hybrid. It gets great fuel economy. The EPA ratings are 60 miles per gallon in the city, mid-40s on the highway. It actually gets better mileage in the city because you're not using the gasoline engine, you're using the batteries more in stop-and-go driving and mile driving around the city.
This is Toyota's hybrid Synergy drive system. The great thing about it is it's really seamless, and that you really don't know what's working, except when you pull away from the traffic light, the engine is normally off, so there's no noise at all.
In addition to the fuel economy savings, it has an emission imprint of about 10% of a comparable non-hybrid car.
All right, I'm here with Arcanum Nissan. Let's check under the hood of this 2007 Nissan Altima.
We have 2 great ways to give you better fuel economy and reduce emissions. A hybrid will be here, the winner of this coming year. And currently, when this comes out this fall, it'll be available in a 6-speed performance manual transmission or a no-geared CVT, continuously variable transmission.
That's that new revolutionary transmission, CVT.
It's an automatic that actually doesn't have gears. So you don't have that shift shock of ring, ring. It's one continuous band of power all the way up to highway speed and back down. For every 5 CVTs we put on the market, we have the same reduced emissions as a hybrid. So we're going to have both on this car.
Nice goatee.
Thanks very much. Appreciate it.
Pretty cool, huh? I told you. Well, I'm Kurt Chaplin. That's all for now. Thanks for watching Expo TV.
One doesn't have to be a passionate fan of model trains to be fascinated by the way this steam engine looks. Hovering a few millimeters over the rails, it goes round and round without any friction and without any motor. On top of that, it really steams. But it's not water that evaporates inside the model steam engine, but liquid nitrogen, so cold that humidity condenses on it. The core of this magnetic levitation train is a superconducting material which conducts electric current without any resistance at temperatures below -183 degrees Celsius. In this state, it's able to trap magnetic fields. The resulting magnetic forces cause not only the levitation, but precision control above the rail, which is made of conventional magnetic material.
At first glance, Roger Bain looks like an independent guy who loves his power tools. And he is. But here's what he's actually seen since he was a young man. But part of his world is slowly coming back into focus through experimental technology called Brainport. One day it could actually help blind people see, in a sense, using their tongues. Yes, their tongues. It swaps tiny cameras for eyes and transforms the images into electrical impulses that are felt on the tongue.
It's as if it's drawing on the tongue the still image, and so if you capture the images fast enough, paint them fast enough, it's like a video display. Instead of being on a screen, now it's on your tongue.
You know, when you're a kid, I don't know if you did or not, but when you were kids would draw on your back and you try to guess what it is.
In normal vision, the eyes send signals to the middle of the brain. From there, the signals are sent directly to the visual cortex at the back of the brain. Not so for the blind. The Brainport retrains the way the brain processes information by first stimulating the tongue with an array of tiny electrodes. The nerves in the tongue send signals through a different pathway to the brainstem and the area that deals with touch. Eventually, the blind person learns to interpret touch as sight in the visual cortex. Sounds impossible? Well, watch how Roger walks through the Brainport office without any guidance. He can navigate this obstacle course, picking out specific shapes.
Excellent.
The camera sees this image, Roger feels it on his tongue, and that's how he can even spot the logo on a football jersey.
Very good.
Other blind volunteers recognize numbers.
9. It's like learning a language. At first, you might need to spend a lot of time thinking about what the translation is. I may feel stimulation in the right front part of my tongue. What does that mean? But very rapidly, like learning a language, you might learn a few quick vocabulary, and eventually you become so fluent that you don't need to think about it anymore.
Blindfolded, I try it myself. After a humbling first attempt,
I want to say it's diagonal.
Okay. And this one is vertical.
I managed to understand some of the Brainport language.
I want to say it goes this way.
You are correct.
Okay.
The technology is improving. Today, a car looks like this to a Brainport user. A few months from now, they hope it will look like this. And in a year and a half, more like this. For the blind, they're a glimpse at more freedom.
This develops where the next generation can really get benefits from it. Even if I don't get the greatest out of it, I'm still can determine if I can see their eyes and maybe even see a smile or a grin, you know, that kind of stuff. It can be cool.
And for the rest of us, it's a miraculous look at how our brains can be trained to rewire themselves. Daniel Seberg, CBS News, Madison, Wisconsin.